anything else on this line item? Okay, short-term interest debt service.
In the town's budget, the debt service is currently $25,000. Short-term interest just on the band that we did in June, that's going to be coming due in June. The interest alone on that is $37,250, and we'll have to roll it over again. So some of that is part goes with the override, so we'll get some revenue in addition to that. But right now, this is my best estimate. I'm actually kind of waiting to see what the bids for both the police station and that school come in at, because that will have some cash flow analysis, or at least I can talk to the GC, whoever that may be, about what their cash flow needs are for the rest of this fiscal year, which will impact the short-term interest and borrowings we have. But this is my best estimate with all the variables that we have right now that we're going to need. We're definitely going to need additional short-term interest, and my feeling is $22,000.
Mr. Messeri?
When you talk about the police station and the school, though, you're talking about debt override.
Yes, I do understand that.
So this is outside.
But there's, yes, and there's other items, other projects that we are borrowing for, modular classrooms and the like. Not all of it is outside the debt load, so there's additional money, it's more than the $25,000 that we currently budgeted for by the April town meeting.
You said this was? Mr. O'Leary?
Just for later on, if we could get a little more clarification as far as the detail on it.
Right.
You know, which ones are actually ratcheting up more than we
Sure.
anticipated, or what's going on. That's all. Because I thought the same thing, you know, town police and schools and all the rest, those are all subject to the overrides. So whatever you're anticipating, I just want some detail later on.
Sure. The last item, the net state aid, that's just looking at both the revenue side and the assessment side, compare it to what we put in the fiscal year 05 budget, and it's roughly $8,000 take care of that. We finally got the cherry sheets, and we did the comparison.
Though we have potential lottery, additional
Yeah,
lottery.
so the total of the line items equal 448 right now, and granted that it's still being worked on. Some numbers may change, but I don't think they're going to change significantly in this. So what are the potential revenue sources? I could have probably ended with just telling you what the problem was, but knowing you, started getting to know all of you, you're probably looking as far as a solution. So we do have, the governor did file a bill for $100 million additional lottery in June. I did check with DOR because we have not gotten any, we have not received any instructions, which kind of makes me nervous. You know, should we count on this or not? DOR has informed me that since the general court still is not in formal session, they have not passed the bill as of yet. They are hoping, not just for North Reading, but a lot of other cities and towns are hoping for this additional monies. The $139,000 was based upon the formula. I think there's a lottery formula that we're using. This is how we would get our portion of the $100 million. They can change, it can vary, they may tweak the formula a bit, so we won't know until we actually see the final bill. I'm hoping that we'll get it, $139,000. I'm actually hoping it'll be even a little bit more, but who knows. That's one source. I put another source is additional new growth, $150,000. Currently, the 05 budget that we passed in April assumed $350,000 in new growth. I've talked to the town assessor. We will know within the next 2 to 3 weeks what preliminary amount is for new growth that he will be requesting DOR to be certified as well as the tax rate. That's part of the revalue that's going on right now. And the reason why I put $150,000 is roughly the last 2 years we've almost experienced $500,000 in each of the last 2 years. So, in my experience has been usually a revalue year. We usually do at least what we've done the last couple of years. So I would hope that we would get to 500,000. So the difference from the 500 to the 350 is the 150 that put down. And then the balance that we would need, given the list of the items, if they don't change, is another $159,000. And, you know, some of the areas that we could do there is free cash. We could even increase, we could look at increasing our local receipts from what we budgeted. You know, and I put down the cell tower as an example because I know that the board has asked Mr. Young, and Mr. Young is already going out on the bid on cell tower, so maybe that changes some of that item, so we can even look at that. And then, of course, I used the last one, was use the stabilization fund. That's probably in the order that I would recommend them, the stabilization fund, and build loan as long as you can. But that would be the area, those are potential sources that we could look at.
The other question is Mr. Messeri.
The pending free cash, I think when we spoke in our office, that's something you didn't anticipate getting an official free cash number.
Right.
But you thought that there might be some approval from DOR on some
Well,
estimate or.
free cash, in order for town meeting to approve free cash, it has to be certified by DOR. So if we were to use free cash, we have to have it certified by the 9th of October.
Generally, we don't get that done until November, December, right? Historically.
And
Is the calendar changing?
it depends on how busy DOR is. My thing is, I've never had to estimate free cash. I can come close to it probably over the next couple of weeks, which is what I've been doing, closing the fiscal year. Start looking at some of the variables that make up free cash. I did speak to Mr. Hingston, and he's coming in the first week of September. And one of my things that I want to do with him is sit down and say, you know, this is where I think the free cash may be. Do you see anything differently? If we're comfortable at that point in time, we can submit it. But a lot of times, it's after you submit it, it depends on how busy DOR is with what's going on. And the problem with free cash certification in September and October is that also there's a whole list of cities and towns and for their tax rate setting, and so they have limited resources as well. So it's trying to work with our DOR rep and.
I guess that's not,
I never say never, but we'll try, but I'm also not gonna say, I'm not gonna sit here and guarantee the board that we're gonna have it, but it will be a vote.
again, there's a variable out there that's not within our control.
That's true.
So,
Oh, Tom, I'm sorry, I thought you were.
One option that we do have regarding this is you can always, one time though, I still don't recommend it as its last list, is use the stabilization, and replenish it with free cash once it's certified.
And a lot of cities and towns do that if they don't have a free cash server.
As I recall, the stabilization for you to use that with certain requirements. Is that the only requirement? I thought it had to be for unanticipated capital.
I think, Mr. Messeri, what you're thinking of is that there's now some language that you can actually create more than one stabilization fund. You can have stabilization funds for specific issues. Then if you do establish that, then you can only use that specific issue.
Okay, so I think, are there other comments?
just in relation to the new growth, in the past, we've been using the new growth money for general operating expenses, which is not necessarily a good practice. This is another finger in the dike.
Well, one thing about new growth is then added to the tax levy for the following year. So it becomes part of your base, so it does not go away. So it's not like it's one-time money.
It's a quick windfall, but then added to the bottom line going forward. And I don't disagree with you, other than it's found money later on in the year, which you would generally put into your savings account, your free cash, or stabilization.
Or
going forward.
or if one appropriated conservatively to use it for one-time items like capital improvements and everything else. I've seen that as a philosophy.
Mr. Messeri?
I guess I would take issue with Steve's position on the new growth, and I say, well, new growth sort of implies development within the town, which implies additional resources. If there's school children involved, additional classroom space, teachers, et cetera, and if, you know, at 2.5%, and you're then adding growth in terms of resources that you need, then you should be able to pay for them out of new growth. So I'm not sure I agree completely with the fact that the new growth number should be allocated to special items. I see that as part of the overall revenues for running the community.
I don't think we're this far apart on it. I think what it is how quickly are we spending it? What's been happening is that we've been chasing our tail a bit on it, anticipating it, hoping for it, and it's been there, but it's not always going to be there. And it's one of those things that it's going to, at some point, taper off or level off here. And I just as soon be a year behind the curve on spending it than anticipating and hoping for it and having to spend it, which is the case, which has been the case in the last few years. And that's the only difference. I don't disagree with you as far as how it's factored in, and it's just how we've been spending it, how we've been allocating it, how we've been hoping for it. Thank goodness it's been there.
It's a similar thing as spending to the levy.
Correct.
Mr. Callaghan?
Yeah, I think this whole discussion basically goes back to where we've incurred this debt that we need to increase the monies for. It goes back to what we talked about somewhat in the budget discussion last year, and that's truth in budget. I mean, we use some underestimated numbers that it's, you know, the bills come and due. So as we go forward this year in the budget season, I think it's something we need to keep in mind that we've got to use real numbers. And I don't think we were in the past, and then we end up relying, as you were saying, we're using free cash and so forth to pay bills that we know are coming anyway. So if we can get, I think we're headed in that direction of getting more truer numbers as we go into the budget, then hopefully that's going to help alleviate these types of problems, or these types of expenses coming at us every October. So, you know, the more realistic we are going into April town meeting, the less problems we're going to have in October town meeting.
Sure. So I guess the next step here is that, over the next few weeks, you'll get, you know, you have a pretty accurate fix on the expenses, save, you know, whether the vocational assessment is voted on, property, the final word from Maya, on the property casualty insurance, and we'll just need a bigger, you know, a closer picture on the revenue. Okay, any further discussion? We'll be reviewing this again as part of the hearings on the warrant articles as we approach October town meeting. Mr. Tracy, our next agenda item is initial pass of October town meeting warrant articles. Could I ask you to stay a few minutes if we do we'll do the financial ones first, and then that way you can be on your way, but it might be helpful to have your input on some of
Okay.
some of those, if that's agreeable with the board and the town administrator. So we have, they were in our mail tonight. Our mail folder on the blue sheet, numbered 8. No?
That's
Okay. Okay, and I'd also, in our packets, I don't think they had a number on it, but in a memo from Mr. Younger, subject FY capital items, that was in our mail, which also has a list. So I guess, you know, we don't really need to talk about here and act on reports of town officers and committees anyway, and we just did the budget. So the next would be capital expenditure. And I'll ask Mr. Younger to summarize the prioritization of the items here.